Hello everyone, and welcome to the introduction video for a new series I will be starting for the game Fatal Frame 1. This game will have a config and tech video following the introduction video. There will not be a modding video as there are no mods. Any links that are covered in this video will be in the description below. I hope you enjoy the information and that it gives you the best Fatal Frame 1 experience you can have. This game was developed by Tecmo. Tecmo was a Japanese developer based out of Tokyo, Japan, and was founded in 1967. In 2010, Tecmo was merged with the company Koei to form Koei Tecmo. They are best known for games such as Dead or Alive, Ninja Gaiden,
Hey!
or Gaiden if you prefer, Rygar, Tecmo Bowl, and of course Fatal Frame. Since around 2008, Nintendo has been part developer-publisher now for the Fatal Frame series, probably due to the new Fatal Frame games that came out on the Wii, as well as a single 3DS game that came out. Tecmo wanted to experiment with the Wii motion controls for the gameplay of Fatal Frame. To do this, I imagine Nintendo talked Tecmo into giving up some control of the Fatal Frame series. Now that Nintendo has a piranha plant grip on the series, I doubt they will let it go. I find it very strange for Nintendo to have any involvement with Fatal Frame. Yes, of course, it's for financial reasons, but Nintendo isn't doing anything with the series. Fatal Frame is just an asset sitting in a corner to Nintendo at this point. I would rather see the series back in the hands of entirely Koei Tecmo. I know I never think of Nintendo and horror in the same thought. We're talking about Fatal Frame here, not Luigi's Mansion. Known as Fatal Frame in America, Project Zero in Europe, and Zero in Japan. Fatal Frame is one of my favorite horror game series. It's right up there with Resident Evil and Silent Hill, while still having its own style and originality. It came after both of those franchises, so I'm sure they had an influence. People who are into playing horror games primarily will most likely know of Fatal Frame. I wouldn't say it's unknown or a hidden gem. I hate that term. That being said, I feel the series doesn't get enough mention, and Resident Evil and Silent Hill always overshadow Fatal Frame. The first three classic games in the series are more or less tied to each other, either by locations, characters, or the story itself. However, in each game, you get to play as a different protagonist. In general, you play as female protagonists, and hey, I'm not complaining. While the box art claims that Fatal Frame 1 is based on a true story, this isn't completely true. It's more likely to be based on Japanese folklore, myth, and legends. The story is a huge part of the game, which adds to the already dense layer of foreboding atmosphere. We'll read all the notes we can when we find them in our playthrough together. Fatal Frame utilizes a first-person and third-person perspective, and a unique method of attacking hostile enemies. The game also has interesting characters, story, and setting throughout the series as a whole. In recent years, Fatal Frame 4 and 5 received PC ports to Steam, both of which were well received. I hope in the future that Koei Tecmo will release Fatal Frame 1 through 3 for modern systems, so a whole new audience can experience these great classic horror games. I'm going to go over a few guides and helps. Upgrades and puzzles. This will be a .txt file I put together for you to look at. It contains a recommended upgrade path to follow and also has puzzle code solutions for reference. This link will be in the first gameplay video's description. It goes directly to my Google Drive. The next thing is unlockables and walkthroughs. This will take you to a guide listing unlockables in the game. This can include things such as costumes and upgrade abilities. Further down the page, you can also find a bunch of walkthroughs. This link will be in the first gameplay video's description. And the next one is a ghost list. This contains what I believe to be the complete list of ghosts in the game. According to the guide, there are 108. I've never collected them all, and I won't be in my playthrough either. There are just too many, and some can easily be missed. I'm pretty sure that you can't even collect them all on the first playthrough, so this is primarily useful for a second playthrough. This link will also be in the first gameplay video's description. Next thing I wanted to mention here is a real Fatal Frame movie. There is a movie from 2014 on YouTube you can watch for free. It's an independently made movie and not in English, so make sure you turn on English subtitles. Its characters are not those of the game, so it has its own story. If you're a fan of Fatal Frame or become one, check it out. And this link will be, I'll put it in this video. I'll put that link in the description of the introduction video here. I also think I read on the Wikipedia somewhere that the movie I just mentioned is just like kind of a for YouTube type movie made by a small group of people, I'm sure. But I did read on the Wikipedia that there was plans at some point to make like a big high budget Fatal Frame movie, but it never happened. And I'm sure it never will at this point. Okay, the genre this game falls into would be paranormal survival horror. And as I mentioned, it has a first-person and a third-person perspective. So it's a combination of both. Now I want to go over the releases by year in the complete entire franchise so far. So we'll start with Fatal Frame 1. Came out on the PlayStation 2 in 2001. And that's the game that we will be playing. And then Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly came out on the PlayStation 2 in 2003. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Director's Cut came out on the Xbox a year later in 2004. It's considered more the complete version of Fatal Frame 2. And that director's cut on the Xbox is based off of the PlayStation 2 version. Then Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented, came out on the PlayStation 2 in 2005. And those are what I consider to be the classic 3 in the Fatal Frame series. Fatal Frame 4, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, came out on the Nintendo Wii in 2008. And then in 2003, it came out on PCs and modern consoles. So a long time in between, 2008 to 2023. Then a game called Spirit Camera, The Cursed Memoir, came out on the Nintendo 3DS in 2012. Then Project 02 Wii Edition came out on the Nintendo Wii in 2012. Fatal Frame 5 Maiden of Black Water came out on the Nintendo Wii U in 2015. And then later came out on PC and modern consoles in 2021. So the latest game released is Maiden of Blackwater, the 5th Fatal Frame game. But the newest one to actually come out is Fatal Frame 4, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, and that being the PC and console ports, 2023. I'm going to go over a little more detail on the releases here with you. So Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Director's Cut is a remaster of the original Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly on the PlayStation 2. I've never played the Xbox version, although I have seen YouTube footage of it. The PlayStation 2 version is perfectly fine, but the Xbox version is more complete, if you can find it. Fatal Frame 4 Mask of the Lunar Eclipse was initially only released in Japan for the Nintendo Wii. We finally have a remastered port we can play on PC and modern consoles, which includes an English translation as well as normal controls, be it keyboard and mouse or gamepad. This is also a prequel to the entire series of Fatal Frame, which I just found out about making this video. I've not played this game yet, as I just got it recently on PC at the end of 2023. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Spirit Camera, The Cursed Memoir. I've known of this game, though I've never played it. I don't have huge expectations for it, but I'm down for anything Fatal Frame related. We'll check this game out in the future on my channel. Project 02 Wii Edition is a remake of Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly on the PlayStation 2. The developers incorporated unused concepts from Fatal Frame 4 Mask of the Lunar Eclipse into this remake as well. Given that it was also made on the Nintendo Wii, I guess they would. Project 02 Wii Edition was only released in Japan and PAL regions. I've never played this version myself, so I have no opinion on it. I couldn't tell you whether it is better than the Xbox Director's Cut or not. Just know that it is a remake. Fatal Frame 5 Maiden of Blackwater was remastered and ported to PC and modern consoles. Given that the original had an American release, I'm assuming it had an English translation already. I waited a long time to play this game as I never owned a Wii U. I would say it was good, but not great, and doesn't raise the bar set by the original trilogy. How long to beat on this game should roughly be 9 hours to 10 hours. In the next video, we will be getting into the configuration and technical side of things. I will record the desktop of my PC, folder view on one side, and my notes of what to adjust on the other side of the screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.